What is up, my bros and hoes? Today our topic is going to be living below your means. It is 95 days before I'll be leaving the United States and starting to travel again. We'll be getting back to the travel vlog, but thank you for joining today. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe and like this video. It really helps a lot. Right now we're on a countdown to departure from the United States to Taiwan, then Korea, then the Philly freaking Willy. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about at all, the Philippines. But anyway, today I thought I might talk a little bit about how embarrassing it is that a 22-year-old dude is somehow more financially literate than most of the people online. You know, it's actually, I mean, there's a big enough market that you see ads for apps like Truebill or Rocket Money. I think that's literally the same thing, they just rebranded. But it's kind of embarrassing, isn't it? You know, the fact that a 22-year-old has built better habits than you, and that's just a natural thing. So rather than just letting that be true, I'm going to tell you some of the basic principles of living below your means that most people are not able to do. So number one, you need to make sure that you're watching every single dollar amount that's going into your bank and out of your bank. Or if you have somewhere where you keep your savings that isn't a bank, you make sure that you know exactly what money's going in and out. And that means that if you're not still comfortable with where you're at, you need to make sure that you are checking your bank account number at all times. Like, check it once a day, I would say. That should be plenty to make sure that you're on track. And if you know like what time certain bills come, you can mark that on your calendar so you know not to buy anything extra specifically on the way to that. And that's a good first step. Eventually, we want to get to the point where we're not buying anything we do not need. There was an SNL skit that I'm going to leave in the description. That's actually pretty spot on. It was a joke, but it was actually pretty funny. And actually very serious in the same time, because a lot of people don't know this basic skill of not buying what you do not need, and then they complain about their finances. So a lot of people ask me, how are you able to travel even though you don't make a lot of money? Because I don't buy dumb things. Like, literally the only things that I buy are things that will help me out in my day-to-day activities or could help me work better. So for example, my last big purchase was a fancy camera to make my vlogs on. It's still gonna arrive in case you missed on September 4th, so we can upgrade the way that my videos look and start getting a little more serious. But outside of utilities, as I call it, I don't really buy anything. So right now I'm holding in my hand my new toy, my gimbal. That was about $180. Again, look at my older video. There's a link in the description of where you can get your own, but don't buy that unless it's actually going to help you in some way. If you don't plan on making videos, there's no reason to get it. There's one friend of mine who always used to be asking me, like, hey Johan, can you help me sell this? I had an impulse buy and I really need the money rather than the object. Like, help me sell my bike, help me sell my tablet. And I didn't know what to tell him most of the time because it was just the price that he was asking for was way too high. Like, for example, there was an iPad that he bought for $1,200 and he wanted to sell it for $1,100 or about $1,000. And for anyone who owns an iPad, they know that nobody's willing to buy a used iPad for $1,000 if it's already worth like $1,200 on the original price. That's absolutely ridiculous. So just make sure that you're watching your expenses, and chances are most of the things that you're buying that kind of feel good to buy, you shouldn't have until you're comfortable with your finances, unless you're doing something with your money that, you know, you actually have a little bit of cushion, a little bit of fluff as we call it, then you probably shouldn't be buying it. I don't own a car. As you can see right now, I'm actually walking to work. Like, I'm gonna walk, I'm gonna get on the train, public transportation, because a car has high maintenance costs and I can slice down my expenses by a whole lot. I am fortunate that my family lets me stay with them for a very small contribution that I make to the rent. And so if you have that option and you're still pretty young, I would recommend taking that opportunity if you're trying to get more financially stable. As long as you have a good relationship with your family, it's not anything hostile, take advantage of that. Make sure you let them know that they're appreciated. And I know that my family's watching right now, so in case I haven't told you yet today, I love you guys. But yeah, like, take advantage of every opportunity that's gonna help you save money, because in the long run there's gonna be a lot more you can do, not only for yourself and for other, like, because in the end, like, there's gonna be a lot more you can do for yourself, but also for other people. Because the people who are really doing work, like a lot of work in the world, like really big things, like Mr. Beast, for example, no matter how you feel about him, he's doing a lot of charity, and he's able to because of his finances. Like, he literally, just about every video, donates millions of dollars to this or that or this or that. And he's able to do that because he didn't just spend it on a new car that he wanted, you know. So a huge thing is prioritizing of what's, you know, the biggest priority to you. But if you have financial assets, which we're probably going to talk about on a different video if I decide to, then there is more that you can do, because money is choices. So I'm actually going to end this video right now. Next time we're going to be talking about exactly how I keep track of my expenses. I'm going to show you on Google Sheets the way that I do it, and that's going to be our next video for tomorrow. But that's about it for today. And forgive me for the fact that I'm kind of moving around. I realize that when you're making a vlog, it's kind of more aesthetic when you see someone sitting down at a desk. I promise we're gonna move towards that pretty soon here. But my schedule is pretty packed, and the only places I can do that close after I'm done with the things that I need to get done in the day. So I'm just trying to knock out this vlog in the middle of the morning so I can get it done early. So I am getting this vlog done in the morning on my way to work so that I can get this done early. And I realize sometimes I breathe a lot because, you know, I'm constantly walking when I'm making this vlog. I know it's not my favorite way to do this, but it's what I have, and I'm a huge promoter of the whole idea of excuse eliminating and using what you have. But yeah, so this has been another vlog. Love you guys. Have an amazing day. Be the change you want in the world. Baboosh.